At one point, Shamar was riding high on fame, but his arrogance was impossible to ignore. He slapped a contestant during a live show.
You know people calling me.
I know.
But I'm gonna tell you this though. Don't say that about
Whoa, hold on. What the hell going on?
I just said what I said.
Kicked customers out of his own restaurant. And even got into fights just for money and views.
And I still got in there, so it's whatever. I still got in there, boo. Still got in there. Ain't scary. Just out there walking.
For a while, it seemed like nothing could ever touch him. Karma knows how to show its face again and again. Shamar chose controversy, and now that same energy he put out into the world is crashing down on him.
Why y'all so bad?
Fast forward to today, Shamar doesn't even have a stable place to call home. The once viral star known for his TikTok dances, hilarious lip syncing, and sometimes controversial rants now bounces from one place to another, often relying on strangers or short-term stays. The same streets he mocked others for walking on have become his reality. Fame gave him a platform, but arrogance took it all away. But maybe the cracks started forming long before the fights and scandals. Since 2019, after losing his mother, the one person he was deeply connected to, Shamar's life has spiraled. The clip of him breaking down over his mother's death shows a side rarely seen, the pain, the emptiness, and the grief that's haunted him ever since.
And I still got in there, so it's whatever. I still got in there, boo. Still got in there. Ain't scary. It's out. You know?
Get up. Hit you your shit, ho.
Straight up.
Move, ho, because I'm going to knock your ass. If you know I'm coming.
This is the story of how fame can lead to a road of self-destruction, and how, behind all the fights and headlines, there's a man still finding his way. Despite his violent temper and frequent outbursts, Shamar grew up in a loving home. We don't know much about his parents, not even their names. What we do know is that he was born into an otherwise loving family, and everything about his parents was apparently normal. Well, save for the widespread rumors that suggest his parents were cousins. Again, these are rumors, and some even suggest that Shamar's biological uncle, her mother's brother, might have been his real dad. This rumor has come up several times over the years, and Shamar's always denied it.
Say this and say this. Only one time. All them fuckers, whoever this person is that got my mother, and talk about, oh, my mother is, you know what I'm saying? First of all, my mama is my real mama. So don't play with my mama like that. On my soul, don't do that. Cause my mama dead and gone, bruh. Don't play with my mama like that. Y'all be on this playing around and doing all this right here. Bruh, stop playing with me. Cause I will verify whoever that person is, and I have somebody sister on my soul. I will have somebody hit her sister and have somebody hit her sister. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. My mama is not my goddamn. My mama is my real mother. My real daddy is my real daddy. Okay? They both daddy gone. Stop playing with my family.
Shamar claimed that he didn't appreciate the allegations, especially since his parents were long gone, and it was just more pain he had to deal with after losing his parents.
Let me just go ahead and clear this up for everybody that loves speaking on my name, everybody that loves lying on my name, everybody that loves thinking they know Shamar when they don't. Okay? My mother is my dad's wife, okay? And my dad is my mother's husband. Meaning they are married. They had kids, which is me, because I am the baby out of all of my family, okay? My brothers and my sister are older than me. I'm the baby out of the family.
The comments were kind of all over the place on this one. Some people called it misinformation, and others claimed that it explained a lot. Some even came up with more rumors, like the fact that his older brother might be his biological father. In any case, you get the gist of it. People don't really know much about Shamar's parents, but they love to speculate. What we do know is that he has an older sister and a twin brother named AJ Shamar.
Oh, what was that?
That's my twin brother.
What's up? What's up? Fine. Oh, it's two of y'all.
Yeah, that's my twin brother.
Let me see him. Get close up on him. What's your name?
What's my name?
Yeah.
My name Lou.
His name AJ.
AJ.
He might say his name is Lil Wayne, but his name not no damn Lil Wayne. His name is AJ.
What y'all mom at?
Downstairs.
Let me meet your mama. Let me see her.
Oh, okay. Ma, Shikina say hey.
Hey. Hey. Let me see her. I can't see her.
Hold on, let me turn on the light.
Hey.
Hey, darling. How are you?
I'm fine. How you doing?
I do okay.
You doing okay?
Yes, I'm doing okay.
Where you from?
Where I'm from?
Yeah.
Atlanta.
What part? Huh?
Call the phone.
I was born and raised in
College Park. Okay. There was some. I know something about College Park.
Was pretty forthcoming with the information, even though Shikina was surprised to learn he had a twin. AJ was awkward in the video.
What was that?
That's my twin brother.
What's up?
What's up?
Fine.
Oh, it's two of y'all.
Yeah, that's my twin brother.
But that might just be because he's kept a low profile for so long. In the same video, Shamar even introduced his mother, and Shikina asked where the family lived. She said College Park, so there's that too.
Hey, let me see her. I can't see her.
Hold on, let me turn on the light.
Hey.
Hey, darling. How are you?
I'm fine. How you doing?
I do okay.
You doing okay?
Yes, I'm doing okay.
Where you from?
Where I'm from?
Yeah.
Atlanta.
What part? Huh?
Call the phone.
I was born and raised in
College Park. Okay. There was some. I know something about College Park.
It's been alleged that the older sibling was a sister by someone who went on Instagram Live, claiming that the older sister was actually the caregiver and provider for the entire household. Shamar has an intellectual disability, and several people believe that he might share that with AJ. There were also a ton of rumors that his mother had some disabilities of her own and struggled with alcohol abuse. In any case, the sister had to be the one to step up, work multiple jobs, and make sure that everyone had food on the table. This alleged sister, though, has never made an appearance on Shamar's social media.
Me and my sister couldn't get along, so I couldn't stay with her. She took my brother with them, and she left me out there in the streets homeless. I'm just now, I'm getting back contact with her, getting back talking to her, and she called me and told me, I apologize. You know what I'm saying? I don't love to see you out there and da 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 da. Okay, and I talked to her, and I told her how I feel. But at the end of the day, the things that me and my sister had going on, I had family problems going on. My mother passed away. My mama is dead and gone up to this day. That shit hurted me. My daddy is not here. I seen my dad when I was a little baby. When I grew up, I didn't see him anymore.
And while she may have carried the weight back then, it's Shamar who's been carrying it ever since, in his body, his struggles, and every performance that takes more out of him than most people realize. So, Shamar has scoliosis, something he's been very vocal about on social media.
What's up, you guys? So y'all already know I am booked and busy. I gotta go do my bookings, 2 more bookings. And then after that, I'm gonna need a break because I do have scoliosis. and I am going to be very tired.
Sheamar has never hidden his struggles. They're written into his body and his story. His jaw sits uneven, a result of a visible defect, and one eye drifts with a quiet defiance. He's spoken candidly about his learning disabilities, admitting he can't read for more than 2 minutes without losing focus. In school, that made him a target. In adulthood, it made college nearly impossible. And then there's the scoliosis, a condition that's quietly shaped the pace of his career. He once said that even when he's booked and busy, he often has to pull back. Not because he wants to, but because his body demands it. The grind doesn't wait, but Sheamar has had to.
So you were born with scoliosis, right?
And then first my body was like scraped, but then when I, you know what I'm saying, when I would start getting older, it started curving.
Okay.
So it just like, you know, it just natural habit, but at the same time, you know, I don't went to the doctor, I don't try to get it, you know, fixed and stuff like that. Like, but other than that, they were trying to decide what they're gonna do to either give me surgery or give me braces.
Can he get the surgery now? He says he can, and he probably will. He's just been really busy. So, we'll see where that goes. Anyway, Sheamar's been very vocal about how much he misses his parents, particularly his mother since she's been gone, but that doesn't mean that the two of them had the best relationship growing up. He claimed that his mother would beat him up when he was younger, but he also asserted that he deserved it because he was a problematic child growing up. And from what we've seen in Sheamar's relationship since his mother's passing, he's willing to put up with toxicity just to have a roof over his head.
My mom will come and pull that cover off me and whoop my behind. But you know what? I don't blame her. I don't blame my damn mother. Because it was me. It was my fault. I'm the one that was being bad. I'm the one that used to get in trouble a lot. My mama ain't tolerate that. My mama whooped my behind. That's what your parents have to understand. And that's what your parents have to start doing to your own child.
That continued on into his teens and early adulthood, and there were times when Sheamar would be kicked out of the College Park residence. Whenever that would happen, he'd go to his older sister's house. Now, some people claim that Sheamar had even more problems with his sister than he did with his mother. And that was because he just never wanted to listen to anyone. He wouldn't follow any rules and would mouth off to anyone with authority, a pattern that followed Sheamar all throughout his life and ultimately led to his downfall. Sheamar, on the other hand, claims that that's not true, and his sister was the real villain. He claimed that she would cash his and AJ's disability checks, give them nothing, and then threaten to throw them out of the home. So, safe to say, Sheamar does not have a good relationship with her.
I be seeing, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I really be seeing my mama's shadow, bro. I remember when I was in that house, I see her shadow go across. Like it was like, her shadow went across my eyes, bruh. Her spirit was still in that house, bruh. And that's how I know she ain't here, but she's still watching her son, bruh. She's still looking over me.
After moving out of his sister's home, he then moved back in with his mother, and together the two of them rented out an apartment. AJ continued to live with his sister, moving back and forth between there and his mother's apartment. This went on until 2019, so when Sheamar was around 20 or 21, sadly, his mother passed away, rumored to have been because of his alcohol use. According to many fans, that was when it all went south for Sheamar.
Then my mom passed away. Like when your mom passed away, that hurts real bad. You know what I'm saying? It's like you gonna start to get to remember her memory. You gonna start to feel like you gonna start seeing like her shout out and everything. Like I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Do not think that the spirit is real, because it's a real bookie. You could be in the house and a dog, and you'll see something just go across. I don't see something going across, and guess who that was? That was my mother going across. She went across the way to her road. That's how I knew that was her. Her spirit was in.
He's since gone off on somewhat of a tangent, alleging that he sees his mother's ghost everywhere, and that she never acknowledged that he was gay when she was alive, but was happy for Sheamar. Speaking through the afterlife, of course. Sheamar even claimed that his mother told him to spend his life making sure he respects everyone, and that's exactly how he plans on living. But that didn't last for long.
Mother that I was gay. And she told me she been knew that I was gay. She been knew it. She even knew I had a boyfriend and everything.
So, Sheamar stayed in the shared apartment for a while, paying bills through government assistance. However, he soon claimed that the money started to run out. When he started posting content on TikTok in 2020, he didn't really do that with the purpose of becoming a content creator, but quickly amassed a large enough following to want to pursue it full-time. Now, most people weren't laughing with Sheamar. More like they were laughing at him, but he said that he didn't really care too much about the bullying. 10,000 subscribers quickly became 50,000, and then 100,000, and it just kind of exploded from there. Sheamar was a hit on TikTok because of his bold makeup, lip-syncing to popular songs with somewhat questionable dance moves, and of course, his obnoxious personality, all of which fans seemed to enjoy for the first few years of Sheamar's social media journey. He capitalized on it as much as he could, and then branched out to Instagram and YouTube, where he still has a pretty substantial following.
First off, I just want to let everybody know that I will be doing some more shows. I have a tour coming up, and it will be coming up. Pussy could never tour. So stay tuned for that. Be ready for that, because I am going to be doing a lot of things. I will be dropping more music. And it is what it is.
This might have been the most stable time in his life. This was before he eventually became homeless, and many believe that around 2020 was when he first met Larry, his long-term boyfriend. Sheamar and Larry have had a complicated relationship, and that would be putting it mildly. While the two have been featured on each other's social media more than a few times and professed their love for one another, people have noticed some toxic behaviors. For one, Larry is also intellectually disabled, and it seems like Sheamar was using that against him.
Okay, you keep wanting to kiss every time, baby. We already don't kiss. How many times you want to kiss? How many times do you want to kiss? I'm not doing like that. I'm just saying we've been kissing too many times. That's what I'm saying. We do it together, but we don't have to kiss every time. Shit like that. We just kiss one time and leave it at that. Like, you kiss me every time, like every time you kiss me, turn around, kiss me, turn around, kiss me. It's like you ain't like I'm about to go somewhere. I'm not about to go nowhere. Don't say that I'm just gonna leave you and go somewhere like on to another state or anything else, because I'm not there. I'm not going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere. I promise you I ain't going nowhere.
He was being accused of manipulating Larry in a lot of ways, even going as far as casually posting pictures with other men and claiming to be in relationships with them at the same time he was allegedly dating Larry too. But the other men in Sheamar's life, if they were or weren't dating, we can't be too sure, seemed to have latched onto Sheamar after he became a micro-celebrity. Sheamar would post long captions professing his love for these men, only to then claim that they had lied and cheated on him within the same week. Sheamar's love life has never been something his fans could get behind, and they believed that as shallow as the dating pool could go, maybe Larry was the best fit for him after all.
And that's how you do it, baby. You don't need no motherfucking nigga. Just got rid of him. Yeah, you don't need no motherfucking nigga. Cough it up. Period. I'm single. And I'm happy. And it is what it is. If I give me some dick, I'm gonna get these.
But that relationship eventually ended as well, with Sheamar posting a video saying that he was single, or singe, as he captioned it, and that he didn't want anyone in his life for some time because he was too busy and too focused on himself.
I didn't go home and just go home, but at the same time I went home because my mom passed away. My mom died. And my family, when me and my family have going on, and when me and my family have going on, but at the same time, it was just like some shit was going on with, but it was a lot going on. So it was like, with that, it was just like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, my mom passed away.
In the middle of all of this, Sheamar had actually already started his downward spiral. He was kicked out of the home he'd once shared with his mother over non-payment of rent around 2020 and 2023. He then moved in temporarily with Larry, or whoever he was dating at the time. When Larry and Sheamar broke up sometime in 2024, he didn't have anyone to lean on. That's when he posted a GoFundMe with the caption, "I'm really is homeless," Sheamar saying he has nowhere to stay.
I'm out here struggling. I'm out here homeless. I don't have nowhere to stay. Nowhere.
In the caption, he wrote that he'd been struggling ever since his mother passed away in 2019 and could barely hold it together anymore with a stable living situation and even food. He told his fans that nothing is too big or too small. As of 2025, that GoFundMe has raised about $444, around 9% of Sheamar's $5,000 goal. The last donation made was over a year ago. Sheamar has since posted a few videos toward the end of 2024 with captions like, "From homeless to booked and busy, but the GoFundMe is still up and active, and there's no real confirmation that he's in a stable living situation right now." Sheamar started off on the right foot. Yes, he's had his struggles, and maybe life wasn't the easiest for him growing up, but things weren't as bad either. His fans were pretty supportive of his online career and cheered him on when he announced that he would be switching over to making music. It's all perfectly in line with his online persona, loud and in your face. But that's how a lot of TikTok content creators are like, and many people believed that maybe Sheamar was exaggerating some parts of his personality for the camera. He'd post himself dancing and twerking on camera, and fans believed it was just that, a show for the camera.
Let me tell y'all a little bum ass something, okay? You bum ass could never. A pussy ass hoe could never. Okay? I am the shit. You can say what you want to say about me or whatever, but you ain't in my body. I'm not in your body. I can't control you, and you damn sure can't control me. You feel me? But it's good that I'm doing so right. I don't know what it is that y'all mad at, but y'all bitches need to get up out y'all feelings. Y'all too deep in y'all feelings. Get up out your feelings. Your life is too short for all that. Get up out your feelings. Your life is too goddamn short for all that. You too deep in your feelings. You miserable, sad, whatever. Get up out there. Get up out there. Period.
But it apparently wasn't. Instagram live videos of Sheamar getting into heated confrontations with people while being visibly drunk started going viral. In these videos, you could see someone trying their best to rage bait Sheamar, and then other people cheering him on while he kind of makes a mess out of the situation. This is when concern for Sheamar started spreading online. Many fans believed that the people in his life were just using him to make content, or to just make fun of him.
Look at Shamar. Shamar. What's wrong, Shamar? What's up? You got back. What's that? Hold up. What's that? What's that? What the got there? Oh my! You going to jail? You going to jail?
Stop calling me.
Back up.
While people obviously had a lot of sympathy for Sheamar, it quickly started to fade when they began to realize that he's just as volatile as the people he hangs out with. Shortly after ending things with Larry, Sheamar was in a relationship with a guy named Alvo. That relationship was short-lived but very intense.
Alvo want to fight. Ask Alvo, do he want to fight? Because he keep running his mouth.
Shamar, being Shamar, started professing his love for Alvo almost instantly, calling him the love of his life and the best thing that's ever happened to him. This continued throughout their relationship until one day, the two just couldn't seem to stand each other any longer.
Sweetie, the bath is ready. He said, huh? I said, the bath is ready. I just got done cleaning it up. He said, oh, you must trying to tell me to take a shower. Clock it. I said, I mean, if you wanted to take a shower, you could take a shower because I cleaned the shower up. He said, oh, okay, I'm gonna get in there. He still ain't get in. He still ain't get in.
Alvo claimed that Shamar was good for nothing and wouldn't even clean up after himself. Meanwhile, Shamar claimed that Alvo was just using him for his money. Notably, this was around the time when Shamar's online career really took off, and he would be giving one social media interview after another. Shamar claimed that Alvo was jealous of living in his shadow, and Alvo claimed that Shamar was unbearable.
And Fendi, and y'all know what's so y'all crazy? Fendi told Shamar, she said, Shamar, you need to learn how to get social media trained, so therefore you can say stuff and people understand where you came from. Here go me. I asked Fendi, I said, Fendi, what is social media training? She said it's just a way. She said it's a way to speak on stuff and say it in a way where people can understand you. She said it's basically PR practice. I said, what is PR practice? She never told us what it was. I go and search it up. Social media training is basically like, I don't know what it is, y'all, but I guess it's a way where people can talk and they can say stuff and avoid certain questions and certain things. So it's like, girl, you already was trained by a label to do that. Me and Shamar was not trained to do that. We only know how to go live and tell y'all how it is.
Is he actually unbearable, though? Or is he just slowly meshing into what was once an online persona? We might never know, because even if there is a real Shamar, he's long gone. Just this year alone, Shamar was featured in a heated confrontation on a reality show, Now That's TV. In it, he apparently got into a verbal confrontation with someone named Almond. Apparently, Shamar had been running his mouth about her sexuality, and she didn't like that. She said something back, and the whole thing turned into a bigger situation than it had to be. Still, Shamar was actually the one who escalated things when he jumped from out of his seat to attack her.
Hey, let's move on before we.
Thankfully, he misjudged his own strength and was promptly put back into his place.
Hello, I am Shamar. As you see, hey, Santana, how are you?
Hey. Shamar got a boyfriend that's all over the internet.
I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah, it's all over the internet. He got a boyfriend that's all over the internet, so it's not for you to ask him.
Shamar, how you feel about that?
I mean, yeah, right, I do have a boyfriend.
See?
What? What would your boyfriend say if he seen this?
He'll be mad as...
Yeah, he will be mad.
For real?
Yeah, more definitely.
You told him you was gonna be here, Sheamar?
I ain't gonna explain it.
He even made a controversial appearance on an online dating show where someone recognized him and claimed that he had a boyfriend. At that time, it was widely believed that he'd gotten back together with Larry for the 100th time. So, him being on a dating show just didn't make sense. When he was confronted about it, Shamar just casually admitted that he did have a boyfriend, but that it wasn't like he'd do anything about it. This has led many fans to believe that Shamar went from being used to becoming the user.
Shamar, I got $100 for you. Let me pull your shirt out. Let me see. Let us see your body. Let me see. We never seen your body. Bitch, you got body. I ain't gonna do it to y'all, cause I swear I'll see her.
It's now pretty obvious that Shamar just doesn't care what anyone thinks of him anymore. His TikTok content has actually gone downhill in recent times. His videos are all of him doing something absurd, just for a few hundred likes and a few thousand comments. On that note, actually, Shamar has fallen off his once-found fame. None of his recent videos on TikTok have amassed more than 150,000 views. Still a modest number as far as micro-celebrities are concerned, but we're talking about someone who once used to have upwards of 500,000 and even millions of views on his videos. Around 2024, Sheamar decided to expand his streams of revenue and released his first single, Enemy. The song did as well as you could expect it to. Sheamar's vocals weren't the best, and the lyrics didn't make much sense, but because it was his first single, it did decently well. You can stream the song on Apple Music or catch it on YouTube. At this time, Enemy has around 100,000 views on YouTube. The comments were turned off, but overall, the reception for Sheamar's song wasn't bad by any means. Maybe some people made fun of him for it, but it didn't discourage him from promoting Enemy on his social media platforms, especially on TikTok, where he started lip-syncing to it in every other video. It's widely believed that Sheamar transitioned into making music because his SSI disability checks had stopped sometime between 2023 and 2024 because he'd started receiving money off social media. We can't be too sure about that, but it would be consistent with when the GoFundMe was established and when he first started making desperate pleas on social media for donation. Could this be a problem Sheamar created for himself, though? That's something a lot of people have been asking themselves ever since Sheamar revealed that he was struggling. While it's obvious that he wasn't living in the best situation growing up, it became obvious that he had a compulsive spending habit the moment he monetized his TikTok account.
I did Sheamar's makeup.
You went to water, you better clock it.
Yes, Sheamar is known for his bold makeup looks and his obnoxious wigs and everything that comes with it. However, he's spending a lot more money on upkeep of himself than finding a stable living situation.
Table, like as far as experience, skill sets, all that good stuff.
I know how to wash dishes. I definitely don't know how to cook, whatever, you know what I'm saying, or I could be the front desk tier.
It's apparent that Sheamar hasn't ever held a real job as far as they come, but that could just be because he physically is unable to. Social media could have been the godsend that Sheamar had hoped for, but his money management skills are terrible, and it seems like any time he comes into some money, he can't help but spend it. Enemy was followed up with a feature on FendiDa Rappa's song, Clock Dat, and it actually did pretty well. The song has reached over 10 million views on YouTube and is a viral hit all over the internet. Sheamar's been promoting the song on his social media, and fans actually see decent progress in his music career. Eventually, riding off Clock Dat's fame, Sheamar went on to release another single, I Run Atlanta, which has also done decently well for itself. During this time, it's believed that Sheamar started working with a manager named Kay. She was supposed to manage not just Sheamar's music career, but all of his public appearances, and even help him book gigs for social media. Within a few months of him announcing he was working with Kay, however, he announced that they'd severed ties.
It ain't feeling like, how you gonna even sit up here and like literally bring your 15-year-old sister to come over here to kick my door? If I would've came out that door and did something to that girl, I'm telling you I would've been in jail, but I didn't do it, so yeah.
By this point, you can tell that things are never not dramatic with Sheamar, and he alleged that Kay came to his home with his sister, kicking his door down. He claimed that the dispute arose over $600 that Kay believed she was owed, but Sheamar claimed that he'd paid her more than enough. He also claimed that she'd used him, stole from him, and alleged that she would use his fame to get men to go out with her. It was a whole lot of information to process at once, but that's usually been the case with Sheamar. He's even gone on his Instagram a couple of times, announcing that he's done with the after effects of fame, and hates that people keep coming up to him taking pictures either with him or sneaking them off him. In several of his Instagram rants, Sheamar has stated that he's this close to closing social media for good. Ultimately, though, he just takes the rant down and continues on like nothing's ever happened. What's ironic about all of this is that he always claims that everyone else is using him for clout, seeking attention off his fame. Meanwhile, he's doing the same thing. When you watch his live streams, it's a pattern that keeps repeating. He'll say he hasn't eaten, that he's homeless, and that everyone is abandoning him. But at the same time, he's posting videos showing off new clothes, bookings, or getting involved in drama that keeps him in the spotlight. He runs fundraisers, asks for donations, and gets people to feel sorry for him, all while enjoying the benefits of going viral. What makes people frustrated is how he always flips the script. Whenever someone tries to call him out for taking advantage, he turns it into an attack against his disabilities.
Talking about my body ain't gonna get you nowhere. Talking about my teeth ain't gonna get you nowhere. Trying to be like me, trying to walk like me ain't gonna get you nowhere. When you do have kids, your kid's gonna come out worse than me. And for the ones that be, acting like they're my friend and want to come to Atlanta to link up with me and do all this shit, I don't like hanging around people.
He says people are bullying him, picking on him because of his condition, and playing the victim even more. A lot of fans feel like he knows exactly what he's doing, using his hardships to control situations and make others feel guilty, while pretending he's the one being used. It's not that he doesn't have real problems. He does, but many believe he uses them as a way to get constant support, sympathy, and money from people who just want to help.
Good night, you can't get no refund back, boo. Okay? Period.
Do you know about the Sheamar plate controversy? It was when Sheamar claimed that he could make and sell plates for around $75 each. The controversy wasn't that big of a deal. It was a rumor, and Sheamar reportedly hadn't said such a thing. If anything, he barely had enough to get by, much less eat high-end. For some reason, that became a triggering thing for him, and fans would point it out whenever they could, poking fun at him. Sheamar wanted to be famous for the longest time, and he got exactly what he wished for when he went viral on TikTok. This newfound fame saw him crossing over to other social platforms, and he's considered a pretty big deal on YouTube as well. As far as his music goes, he's doing well enough on that front as well. So, the problems that he's facing, troubles with partners, controversies, and even legal turmoil, are all a product of his design. To put this somewhat into perspective, there was a post on Facebook from Casey Discover in March 2025 calling out Sheamar for failing to show up for an event he'd committed to. The organizers had been waiting for him all day, but he just didn't show up or even respond to them when they tried to get a hold of him. According to the page, the Kansas City event organizers then threatened to sue him. This wouldn't be the first time he's being sued, though. Apparently, Sheamar's managed to anger a whole lot of people. His former manager or promoter, Kay, is also in the process of suing him. This is partly over the $600 that he still has to pay her for the work she rendered, and also allegedly because Sheamar faked her signature on a few documents, and she's seeking legal repercussions for it.
This means that you are no longer liable for anything if this person does not show up to court, anything like that. The bounty hunters will go pick him up. So,
Okay.
Once the court, you want to come off the bond since you paid. And now, he's working right now, or
No, he's not working.
He doesn't work. Okay.
That might be part of the problem.
That might be it. Since you paid.
Elsewhere, we know that Sheamar has tried to get his name removed from Alvo's bond paperwork, which is causing a whole lot of issues in itself. To counter all the lawsuits he's facing or being threatened of, Sheamar uploaded a video on TikTok claiming that he's going to take matters into his own hands and start an LLC. Whether he's actually serious about it or just doing it for views, we're not sure.
I used to date all the money. So how do I go by, you know, like, suing people?
Okay, can I get your name?
Shamar Marco, SHAMARMCCOY.
We don't take that case, but hey, Shamar.
Hey, who do I have to contact to get in touch with?
What state are you in?
I am in
Shamar is on the phone, y'all.
Like it's all called. Burton.
Yes. What state are you in?
I'm in the United States.
No, are you like in Maryland? Are you like in Alabama or something?
No, I'm in Atlanta.
Atlanta? Okay, so let me give you the number. You ready?
But in the video, Sheamar claims that he's sick and tired of everyone using him and being mean and hurtful towards others like him. It's gotten to the point where he thinks that the only way to fight back is to start an LLC. This might make you think that Sheamar has had it pretty rough and that people are taking advantage of someone who's obviously disabled, but that might not entirely be the case. Fans have since turned against him and now claim that Sheamar has been using his disability to get away from facing any real-world consequences. It all dates back to his time living with his sister, when he just couldn't follow simple house rules, and instead decided to put her on blast on social media. Even then, ironically, Sheamar threatened to sue her. While he claimed that she was a terrible person, it seems like AJ is still living with her. Yes, he continues to be a part of Sheamar's life as well. He's seen in several of his videos, like the ones where they're pillow fighting, but obviously AJ must have been easier to deal with than Sheamar if their sister chooses to let him stay with her.
I'll be mad.
For real?
Yeah, more definitely.
You told him you was gonna be here, Sheamar?
I ain't gonna explain that.
And then there are people who think that Sheamar believes that his disability basically gives him a free pass to do whatever he wants. In 2025, in a video titled 20v1, Sheamar got agitated at a fellow contestant's questions and slapped him square in the face. He very casually slapped the guy and then went back over to sit down, recalling the fact that he thought he could just as easily get up from his chair and slap Almond on. Now that's TV. It's obvious that he thinks the rules just don't apply to him.
You know, people calling me.
I know.
But I'm gonna tell you this, though. Don't say that about my
Whoa, hold on. What the hell going on?
I knew something was for the foul. But you got a fiance? You got a fiance?
That's why he did that, because he knew I said.
Speaking of that 20v1 video, Sheamar claimed that he was forced to take action after the contestant said something disrespectful about his fiancée. The identity of this mysterious fiancé is yet to be revealed. But what's ironic here is that 20v1 is a dating show.
Okay, at the end of the day, I am at my home, you know what I'm saying, stacking the clothes, putting them on my shelf, all of it. Girl, go do something with your life, okay? Because all you do is talk about me and Alvo. Boo. Like, you're weird. Like, are you cool?
We're not sure who Sheamar's involved with at this point, or even if his fiancée is real, but what we can tell is that Sheamar thinks he can get away with just about anything. Well, the real world managed to catch up to him eventually though, didn't it? While Sheamar might be mooching off someone right now, it's still an unstable living situation where he doesn't really have a permanent residence. It's just whoever he's mooching off in that time frame. Speaking of which, Sheamar does have people in his corner, online people who believe that he needs to be helped instead of criticized.
Take this. I got a bait.
So, when pictures of Sheamar being homeless in the streets of Atlanta went viral, several people poured in their advice to get him out of that situation. For example, they told him that he could apply to a number of charitable organizations seeking aid and shelter. Sheamar shot every one of those suggestions down, claiming that he didn't need to do any of it. Then came the GoFundMe, which might have been one of the very few times that he's decided to be authentic on social media. But what's funny is that the GoFundMe is still active, implying that Sheamar still needs help finding a residence, but he's posting videos of himself getting all glammed up on TikTok. While everyone's annoyed at Sheamar for wasting the money he made when he struck gold initially on TikTok, they can also empathize with him too. And it was evident that he still had a lot of people in his corner when a street interview of his went viral in 2024. Sheamar is being interviewed by someone whose content on TikTok revolves around asking homeless people who live in Atlanta about their lives and what got them to this point. In the interview, Sheamar was asked about when he believed it all went downhill for him, and he stated that things had been rough since 2019 when his mother passed away. He was also asked, point blank, if this could have been his own fault because he did receive donations on his Cash App. Sheamar was candid about the situation. He told the interviewer that it wasn't so much that he mismanaged money, but that he'd use it to sleep at a hotel whenever he could. To be fair, it's hard living on the streets, and even harder when you're disabled. So, Sheamar's honesty, for the first time in a long time, was very refreshing.
Bitch, that's my so I'm gonna ride with my nigga. I'm gonna ride with my nigga. So when my nigga don't go, I'm gonna go too.
Of course, he then went on to ruining his credibility once again when he started getting into fights with people on live, living with boyfriends he'd turn on afterwards, and the legal troubles. When Sheamar first announced that he was pursuing a music career, many of his fans genuinely believed this might be his big revival. After years of drama, unstable relationships, homelessness, and constant controversy, music seemed like a fresh start. Something that could pull him away from the endless cycle of online fights and give him real purpose. His larger-than-life personality, bold fashion choices, and massive social media following already made him stand out. All he needed was the right song to finally solidify himself as more than just an internet personality people laughed at.
We got a show in 2 seconds, and he just drunk this.
I sure did. And what you call it? Grow up. I did grow up. I did grow up. What down the get down the.
Why would you drink
You
that?
ain't talking shit at y'all.
Why would you drink that in 2 seconds?
Because I want to be lit in this color. Like what?
His feature on FendiDa Rappa's Clock Dat elevated him even further, proving that there was actually space for him in the music world, even if it was mostly fueled by the entertainment value of his personality rather than pure musical talent. For a moment, it truly felt like Sheamar might turn things around. He had bookings, interviews, and fans who were willing to buy into the music just as much as the drama. But as with most things in Sheamar's life, the stability didn't last long. The attention was there, people were watching, and even though some were just curious or amused, others actually wanted to support him. Sheamar's music career could have really been his way out. But like always, instead of using that momentum to build a proper career, things started falling apart. He got into drama with his manager, argued about money, and started accusing people of using him. Rather than focusing on creating more music, networking, or improving his skills, he fell right back into the same cycle of online fights, messy relationships, and public outbursts. Instead of releasing new songs while the hype was still there, he went quiet for long stretches, only popping up when there was more drama or controversy. The music side of things slowly faded into the background. People stopped taking him seriously as an artist because the focus was always on whatever argument or scandal he was involved in next. The chance to turn his internet fame into a real, lasting career slipped right through his fingers. What could have been a big turning point just became another short-lived phase. By the time I Run Atlanta came out, the buzz had already died down. Sheamar fell off once again, not because people weren't willing to give him a chance, but because he didn't know how to handle it when they did. If you look back at Sheamar's life, it's pretty clear that at one point, there were people who genuinely cared about him. His sister, for example, might have had her issues with him, but a lot of people believe she was trying to help him stay afloat, working multiple jobs and making sure everyone had food on the table. Even his twin brother, AJ, who has mostly stayed quiet and out of the drama, has been around through everything. But over time, Sheamar has managed to push a lot of those people away. Instead of accepting help or trying to fix broken relationships, he often chose to air out personal fights online, making every private issue public drama.
Being an artist by myself and put out music by myself. And if I get booked to a club, I'm going to just get booked to a club. If I go host for a club, I'm going to go host for a club. If I go host for a party, I'm going to go host for a party. It is what it is.
Years went on, the people left in his life were mostly online followers and so-called friends who seemed more interested in clout than actually helping him. You can see this pattern in his live streams. The people who show up around him aren't really friends. They're often filming him during his worst moments, encouraging his outbursts because they know it'll get views. Instead of calming him down or helping him make better choices, they egg him on, knowing that his unfiltered behavior will draw attention. And for a while, it worked, but his chaotic personality kept bringing in views, likes, and shares.
Don't say nothing he said.
I'm not. I would say China. It's not what it is. Iran, something like that. What's another country? And probably I say Atlanta.
But this group of people feeding off his drama never really cared about Sheamar's well-being. They cared about going viral with him. Even some of his relationships with boyfriends followed the same pattern. The love might have been real at first, but it quickly turned toxic as both sides aired their dirty laundry online for everyone to watch. Whenever one relationship ended, someone new would show up, and the cycle would start all over again.
Yeah, I'm talking about outside. I don't know what to worry about what you're talking.
Right now, I'm putting it busy, baby. What I'm doing, Daddy?
Say, give me what you want. Come on now, where the roses at? Where them roses at? Okay, Nurse Jade. Oh yeah, Nurse Jade is going crazy. Nurse Jade is in it to win it. Hey man, if you haven't already, man, go ahead and hit that follow button. Tap in. You better tap that follow button, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby. We giving a shout out. Oh, somebody dropped a heart. Oh yeah, turn up but a big heart. They dropping hearts on these hoes.
They dropping hearts on these hoes.
They dropping hearts on these hoes.
It's sad because even though Sheamar keeps saying that everyone around him is using him, he's the one choosing to keep those people close. He's pushed away the people who might have actually wanted him to do better and surrounded himself with people who only stick around as long as the drama is good for views. The longer this goes on, the harder it gets for him to separate genuine support from people just looking to cash in on his online fame. What could have been a support system has now turned into a revolving door of people who know that as long as Sheamar keeps acting out, there will always be an audience watching. He had a friend once not too long ago, a fellow social media star and reality sensation, Shikina. She seemed like the only person who genuinely cared about Sheamar and wanted him to do well. In several of their Instagram live sessions, Shikina tried to show Sheamar that he didn't need to spend money he didn't have on things that he didn't need.
Talk my shit.
Right.
Yeah, nigga, the new beauty shop. Oh, who is that?
That's my twin brother.
What's up?
What's up?
Fine.
Oh, it's two of y'all.
Yeah, that's my twin brother.
Let me see him. Get close up on him. What's your name?
What's my name? My name Lou.
His name AJ.
AJ.
He about to say his name Lil Wayne, but his name not no damn Lil Wayne. His name is AJ.
What y'all mama at?
Downstairs.
Let me meet your mama. Let me see her.
Okay. Ma, Shikina say hey.
Hey. Hey. Let me see her. I can't see her.
Hold on, let me turn on the light.
Sheamar seemed to listen too. Maybe because Shikina was also giving him money and made sure that he would spend it on food and living in a stable situation. That friendship didn't last too long, and then Sheamar went off on social media, calling Shikina all sorts of names. Ironically, when he ran out of money again, he reached out to her again, but by then, he'd already burned that bridge.
Okay, at the end of the day, I am at my home. You know what I'm saying? Stacking the clothes, putting them on my shelf, all of it. Girl, go do something with your life, okay? Because all you do is talk about me and Alvo. Boo. Like, you're weird. Like, are you cool?
At this point, it's pretty obvious that Sheamar is doing whatever he can to stay relevant. The views aren't coming in like they used to, and the hype that once made him a TikTok star is starting to fade. Instead of focusing on content that might actually help rebuild his career, he's leaning into the drama even more. If that means starting fights, getting into arguments on live streams, or calling people out, he'll do it. The sad part is that most of these fights leave him looking worse than before.
Since you wanna feel like your junkie ass could pick up my wig and thought you were gonna take it, it wasn't giving that. I still got my wig, boo. And with that being said, if you wanna get your way in too, I'm on it too, period.
You can see it happen over and over again. Whether it's arguing with ex-boyfriends, going off on people in his circle, or even starting physical altercations on reality shows, Sheamar always seems to find himself at the center of some kind of drama. But each time, it takes a bigger toll on his reputation and his mental health. The fights might bring in some temporary attention, but they also make it harder for people to take him seriously.
You motherfucking puta! Puta! You motherfucking puta! Mariata, Monaca de Guante! You motherfucking puta! You mother.
It's almost like he knows the only way to keep people watching is to keep the chaos going. Even if he's the one getting hurt in the process, the more he feeds into the drama, the more people tune in. Not because they support him, but because they're waiting to see what kind of mess he'll get into next. And while it might feel like attention, it's not the kind that builds a lasting career. Sheamar is stuck in this cycle, where staying relevant means sacrificing his own well-being, and unless something changes, he's going to keep suffering for the sake of a few thousand views. If Sheamar really wants to turn his life around, the first thing he needs to do is slow down and take a real look at who's around him. Right now, a lot of people in his circle aren't really there for him. No, they're there for the drama, the views, and the attention. Sheamar needs to cut ties with the ones who only show up when there's chaos and surround himself with people who genuinely care about his well-being. That might mean reconnecting with family or finding new, healthier friendships outside of social media.
For the haters, I just want to say this. Y'all always be reporting my life for no reason when I'll be doing shit to you. But you know what? It's 2019. So guess what I'm gonna do? When I see your man, I'm taking him away from you, bitch. When your man come across me, oh, I'm finna suck his bitch. Oh yeah. If he do got a big dick, just to let you know, I'm finna ride that big cock. For real. I'm finna ride that dick so good, you gonna be so mad. Since you want to sit up here and hate on a motherfucker like me, guess what the motherfucker gonna do? They gonna go behind your back and your motherfucking goddamn man. So just be ready, cause when I see your man hoe, I'm taking that dick all in my throat.
He also needs to focus on his mental and physical health. The fights, the constant stress, and the unstable living situations are taking a toll on him. Getting help from professionals, whether that's therapy, financial counseling, or medical care for his scoliosis, that could give him some real stability. It's okay to ask for real help behind the scenes instead of trying to handle everything live on TikTok.
Hold me that pussy. Feel like you hold me that pussy. Hold me that pussy. Hold me that pussy. Girl, I'm trying to take you. Play with that pussy. Play with that pussy. Feel like you.
When it comes to his career, Sheamar should lean into what made people interested in him in the first place: his personality, his confidence, and his creativity. But this time, he should do it without the fights and scandals. He could work on improving his music, take vocal lessons, collaborate with people who actually want to help him grow, and release content that shows a more positive, fun side of his personality. The audience is still there, but they want to root for him and not watch him fall apart.
I'm out here struggling. I'm out here homeless. I don't have nowhere to stay. Nowhere.
No weapons down. Oh, come on. Come on. Hey,
Sheamar has the chance to rebuild everything if he's willing to make some tough changes. But if he keeps doing things the way he has, he's only going to keep repeating the same cycle, and eventually, even the views won't save him.